Thank you for joining us. I'm Mary Bubala. Nearly 2 years after her federal indictment, former Baltimore City State's Attorney Marilyn Mosby will be back inside a courtroom, this time for her own trial.
I have done nothing wrong. I will fight these charges with everything I have in me.
Marilyn Mosby has made an obstacle of every part of this trial.
After 3 delays and a successful request to move the trial out of Baltimore, jury selection is set to begin on Tuesday. Fox 25's Mackenzie Frost has been following Mosby's legal troubles from the beginning and gives us a look at what's at stake.
Marilyn Mosby, Baltimore's former town prosecutor, will find herself at the defendant's table inside a federal courtroom this week.
Fox 45 has breaking news to bring you right now. We are just getting word that Baltimore City State's Attorney Marilyn Mosby has been federally indicted
in January 2022 while serving as the city's state's attorney.
And we're working to get more information on this federal indictment.
Mosby was indicted on 4 charges, 2 perjury and 2 mortgage fraud counts. For months, Mosby and her legal team adamantly denying the charges, pushing for a trial to begin before primary voters cast their ballots in July 2022.
What I'm asking for is that I be tried right now.
Oh, we're pushing for trial.
Because I know that I'm innocent. So I'm ready to go to trial tomorrow.
In 70 days.
She said, like, try me as soon as possible, and that's what they're looking to do.
Put this on trial right now so I can prove my innocence.
Ultimately, Mosby's trial getting delayed several times, but Tuesday, jury selection will begin for Mosby's perjury trial. Federal prosecutors argue Mosby lied when she pulled money out of her retirement account without paying a penalty. During COVID, Congress authorizing withdrawals from retirement accounts without an additional fee if the person was negatively impacted financially by the pandemic. Mosby checked that box, indicating she was withdrawing the money twice from that account. But financial records show Mosby's salary actually increased in 2020 compared to 2019. Mosby later using that money she withdrew to buy 2 vacation homes in Florida. The mortgage fraud charges stem from Mosby not disclosing the $45,000 federal tax lien on her Baltimore home when she bought those properties in Florida. Mosby's defense team argues her travel business, Mahogany Elite, was impacted by the pandemic, and therefore she qualified for the penalty-free retirement withdrawal. Most recently, the judge allowing some of Mosby's previous comments about those businesses to be included in arguments, meaning a 2020 statement from Mosby's spokesperson saying the travel company is a long-term venture. There are no plans to operate the company while she is state's attorney is expected to be brought up.
I stand with Marilyn Mosby.
Mosby's previous attorney, A. Scott Bolden, not getting into specifics when asked about that statement and whether Mosby's travel businesses were active and could be impacted by the pandemic.
Her spokesperson said it wasn't.
I don't know how
wrong?
you define operational. I'm telling you those businesses were running and they were being pursued and they were legally on the books. Next question.
In which business was it? Next question.
In the months since that news conference, there has been a flurry of filings, court appearances. Mosby's legal team quit the case. A judge rendered Mosby indigent, and now the former town prosecutor in Baltimore is represented by a federal public defender. The case will be heard in Greenbelt, Maryland, with jury selection expected to last 2 days. Marilyn Mosby's trial is scheduled to officially begin November 2nd. In Baltimore, Mackenzie Frost, Fox 45 News.
And Mackenzie mentioned the charges. Each perjury charge carries a fine and a maximum of 5 years in prison. Each false statement on a loan application charge carries a maximum sentence of $1 million fine and 30 years in prison. A superseding indictment filed against Marilyn Mosby in March of last year also raised questions about her husband, City Council President Nick Mosby. Marilyn Mosby claims Nick Mosby sent her $5,000 to help close on one of those Florida homes, but the indictment claims the money actually came from Marilyn herself. Now, federal prosecutors say at the time Nick Mosby had less than $5,000 in his checking account. He has taken full responsibility for the couple's finances, and some argue Mosby's handling of the finances could lead to some tough questions regarding the trial and his role as Baltimore City Council president.
That would probably lend some additional information to the fact that perhaps he is involved in the case, and perhaps he's going to have to take the stand as a witness under some sort of partial or qualified immunity.
You're the city council president and you have access to millions of taxpayer dollars and you can't figure out your own finances. this opens him up to a lot of things where it could be people asking for favors in exchange for money.
Well, the Mosby family legal saga has been unfolding for years, ever since Marilyn Mosby first took office in 2015. Mosby has also faced criticism over the way she ran her office over 8 years as city state's attorney. Marilyn Mosby first made national headlines just months after she took office when she indicted 6 Baltimore City police officers in the death of Freddie Gray.
We have probable cause to file criminal charges.
The indictments came just days after Gray's death sparked widespread riots across the city. National media praised her decision, including Vogue magazine, while others criticized the indictments, calling them a reckless rush to judgment. In the end, Mosby failed to convict any of the officers. Another controversy Mosby faced involved her frequent speaking engagements, out-of-town travel, and her private business dealings. Though she maintained that she did nothing wrong, she asked City Inspector General Isabel Cumming to investigate.
It's all about accountability and transparency.
The IG found Mosby spent 85 days out of office in 2018 through 2019 and didn't get proper approval for 15 trips. 1 month after that finding, in March of 2021, Mosby stopped enforcing what she calls a low-level crime like drug possession and prostitution to focus on shootings and murders.
Clearly, the data suggests that there is no public safety value in prosecuting these low-level offenses.
Murders remained above 300 every year Mosby was in office. 2021 also brought word that Mosby and her husband were the subjects of a federal probe, with investigators going after a wide range of business and campaign records. She was federally indicted in January of 2022. Following news of the indictment, Fox 45 found Mosby's office was severely understaffed, down more than 80 prosecutors.
They're completely understaffed. They're underwater. They're not able to do their job on a day-to-day basis.
In June 2022, a Baltimore Circuit Court judge wrote an opinion saying the staffing problems in her office led to egregious failures. We have also seen a number of questionable plea deals come from Mosby's office. That includes the case of convicted arsonist Luther Trent.
I shouldn't be out because I could have done a lot more damage than I did.
He was released on a plea deal from Mosby's office after serving less than 6 months in jail. Federal authorities later sentenced him to 12 years in prison. Marilyn Mosby was voted out of office last November. I'm Mary Bubala. Thank you for watching. Here's another video for you to watch. Also take some time to subscribe to our YouTube channel.